In today's video, I'm showing you some Dollar Tree sensory must-haves. These are affordable ways to introduce sensory to your kids. I've got some great ideas in this video, and they're all from the Dollar Tree, which makes it even better. This video is also sponsored by Skillshare, but more on them a little bit later on. Hey you guys, it's Christina from the Purple Alphabet. You know I love sensory. You know I love activities for kids. You know I love the Dollar Tree, so I'm putting them all together. In this video, we are going to be talking about sensory items that you can find at the Dollar Tree. These are sensory must-haves from the Dollar Tree. I also have a couple of other videos down below my description box, all about sensory items that you can find at Dollar Tree. I have sensory bin must-haves from the Dollar Tree. I have toddler sensory bin ideas from the Dollar Tree. I have how to make sensory bottles from the Dollar Tree. And I even have a really cool video that talks about how to make your own sensory toolkit. That's one of my personal favorites. So after you watch this video, check out all those videos. You're gonna get a ton of ideas there. So let's go to Dollar Tree. I got a lot to show you. I think there's about 15 different ones plus a bonus one. So make sure you watch to the end. Let's start off with must-have number one, and that is this foam putty. Very similar to the name brand Floam, and they come in different packages depending on the type of year. Here's what my store is carrying right now, and they're carrying it in 2 colors. This is a great tactile experience. It's kind of like clay, but more of a crunchiness to it, and it's a great material to build things and also to form things such as letters. It's a little bit on the sticky side, which makes it a great sensory material. Sometimes you can also find this in the seasonal section. Right now they have some available in the Easter theme, but also check the toy section for this too. Sensory must-have number 2 is this really fun, it's called Feather Foam, but it's very similar to a name brand called Fluffle, where it looks like it's actually moving, it's coming alive. Very similar to a kinetic sand, but when you flip it over, run it through your hands, it has this kind of motion to it. This is a very small amount. You can get bigger amounts in the bigger stores, but if you want to try it out to see how you like it, this would be a good solution. My store carried 2 different colors, but if you wanted a lot of this, it'd be better to get this at a bigger store. Must have number 3. This one's new to me and I was so excited to see it. They're little squishies. These are the ones that have the gel beads inside, and when you squish them, it just gives you this fun sensation. My store had them in a fruit theme. There's a banana. It looks like this one was kind of an apple of some sort, I think, maybe. I didn't have that many in my store, but if you see them, grab them because I think they're going pretty quick and they're a lot of fun. My kids have some of these name brand ones and they can cost $10, $12. So this is a score, but I'm going to tell you that they can break. We've had some name brands one break before in our house. They are so much fun and I like them. Must have number 4, glow stick. Glow sticks are a great sensory material because you can play with them in the dark or at nighttime. Fun summertime activity. Usually you see them around the 4th of July. Sometimes people like to hide them inside of plastic Easter eggs to make a glow thing. Although I personally am not a fan of those because if they break, they could go all over the place. But they come in so many different colors, so many different sizes, and they are such a great deal at the Dollar Tree. Definitely recommend these. I've used them before in the past and really do like them. My kids love turning off the lights in a dark room and playing with them. Sensory must-have number 5 are the bouncy balls, but not just any bouncy balls, the ones Dollar Tree has that have things floating inside. So it's kind of like a sensory bottle, but in a ball because you got glitter and sparkly things. Right now they're in the Easter section. You can find a whole bunch of different styles with bunnies inside of them, but usually throughout the year you can also find them in the toy section. They're just a great find, really affordable, and they're just mesmerizing to look at. And these are actually really great for the younger kids too, those toddlers and preschoolers. Sensory must-have number 6 are the bouncy balls, but the bigger ones, the playground balls, but the ones that have the sensory things on the outside. So they have the regular ones as you can see here, but they also have ones that have the little nodules. They're a great tactile way to hold things, to feel it, to touch it, and they also are a great find for those toddlers and preschoolers too. Dollar Tree has tons of colors. They get different ones periodically, so keep your eyes out for those. New to me is this sensory kit. It is a must-have number 7. It's a brick maker, so it looks like there's some clay or some dough in there, kind of like a Play-Doh, but they also have the molds to make bricks. So I think this is a great sensory find because you're using those fine motor muscles, plus you're doing the sensory with the molding and pushing that dough inside of there. So I haven't tried it, so if you have to let me know because I'm really inspired to take a look at it. And I like that you could build bricks and then even build a little bit bigger project. My store carried several different colors in it and it looked really, really squishy, so I might have to try it in a Dollar Tree toy test. Sensory find number 8. Finger paint. You guys, Dollar Tree is great for finger paint. Comes in the primary colors. You can make your own colors by mixing them together, but finger paint is an excellent tactile sensory activity for those toddlers and preschoolers, and plus you get a really pretty picture in the end. Now these pots aren't huge, but if I recall, we didn't use finger paint that often, so they are just the right size for us. Sensory must-have number 9. How can I forget pom-poms? I mean, come on. These are like the base of tons of sensory bins. Dollar Tree carries them in so many different colors, so many different styles. Stock up when you see them because they do go quick and you're going to use them for a long time. I've used ours for years upon years upon years. These are great sensory bin fillers. You can also use them with some educational activities. If you've been watching my channel, then you know exactly what I am talking about. Also, if you can't find those, a great substitute for pom-poms are cotton balls. I've done a video on cotton ball activities, I think before in the past, and they're just a great staple because you probably already have this and you can pull it out in a pinch if you can't find the pom-poms. Another great idea, but definitely get those pom-poms because they come in so many different colors. Sensory find number 10. I'm heading over to the kitchen stuff because we're looking for sprinkles. What are you going to do with sprinkles, Christina? You are going to use them in sensory bins, or you can use them for a writing tray, or you can use them to pretend like you're making an ice cream cone with those cotton balls. Love this because it's only $1 for a jar. Sensory must-have number 11 is in the beauty section. Check out this scalp massager. If you've ever done occupational therapy, then you know these kinds of tools are used there to brush hands to help desensitize a sensory sensitive child. So I want to point out that they have this here, although it's not as nice as the ones they use in therapy. It is an option. And then if you don't find this one, they also have the facial scrubbers, which are also very similar to those brushes, and so you can kind of feel them to get a sense of what they feel like, and it just helps to desensitize a sensory sensitive child. Sensory must-have number 12, shaving cream. Oh my goodness, we use this so much in preschool. You just squirt some out on a hard surface and let your kids draw or play with it or mush it into their hands. It's one of those sensory materials that's easier to work with and a little less threatening than some of the other ones such as slime because it's not very sticky and it's more smooth and slippery. If you want something more taste safe, try sensory must-have number 13, and that is pudding. Use this the same way you would shaving cream. You can use it as finger paint and it's taste safe, especially great for those younger kids like toddlers who you're not quite sure if they're going to be putting things in their mouth. So this is another great find, and you can find a 4-pack and lots of different flavors, and you can have some fun doing some finger paint type activities or drawing in the pudding or making your own designs. Here we go back to the toys for sensory must-have number 14, Silly Putty. This one's for your more advanced child working on those fine motor skills. Silly Putty is a little bit thicker than dough, and so you have to pull it and use those fine motor muscles. Love this, and we use it all the time, especially in therapy. And also sensory must-have number 15, Play-Doh. Now I found this new stuff from Crayola, Silly Scents Dough, so we're covering 2 sensory things here, scent and touch. Gotta love that. Gonna work in your fine motor and smell great too. My store had 3 different scents. This is a brand new product for Dollar Tree, so I am loving it. Definitely should try this in a toy test too to see how the smells hold up. You really can't go too wrong with Crayola. They also have the generic brand dough. This is a 4-pack, you guys. This is a score. There are 4 different colors in here. This is more of a neon pack, and then on top there are little cutters and molds on the top, so you can have some activities with it too. They also have here with the primary colors plus a purple. You guys, you tell me all the time that this stuff is amazing and it's really, really great and it's a deal. So look out for those. Definitely the 4-pack is worth it. But I have a sensory must-have bonus, and that is kind of more on the fine motor side with the package of cutters. So if you get the dough, definitely look for this huge package of cookie cutters. It's very cheap. The quality isn't excellent, but it'll definitely get you very far in doing some activities with their dough. So be on the lookout for this. This one's a great one to have. You can get a variety of cutters and even some scissors in there, and cutting that dough is a lot of fun too. Now to take a second to thank Skillshare for sponsoring today's video. Of course, we have to thank them. Skillshare is an online learning community, and they have thousands of classes to explore new skills. You guys know I like creating activities for my kids, so of course I like learning myself, and I can do that with Skillshare. You'll find things for creativity, photography, lifestyle classes, and there's even opportunities to explore things such as music and crafts. They kind of have a little bit of it all. This month I tried out a class called Productivity for Creatives, Build a System That Brings Out Your Best. This one is by Thomas Frank, and he gives a ton of ideas on how to streamline your creativity process. And he's got a lot of experience too. As always, the classes are super fun to watch, really engaging. You're not going to get bored, and you're really going to enjoy it. Plus, there are no ads. There's always new premium classes, and it's curated learning. Skillshare is less than $10 a month with an annual subscription. And if you're one of the first 1,000 subscribers to click that link down below in the description box, you will get a free trial of the premium membership so you can explore new skills yourself. If you have a sensory must-have that I need to know about that's a Dollar Tree, let me know down below. You guys always let me know of the newest and coolest, and I really appreciate it. I'm going to put a video up here on screen too, so you can go watch it next to get more Dollar Tree sensory ideas. You guys click subscribe to see more videos like this, and give me a thumbs up to show your love.